Welcome to week 2 of my 12-week process of getting my life back on track and just back into the habits that I usually have. A process that is, again, on our second week. This past week, I had a couple of procedures done, so there was a lot of fasting involved and recovery time from those. It was also my partner's birthday, so it was a little bit different of a week, so I tried to stick to things, but I also allowed myself some grace and some less restrictions so that I could still feel like I was having an okay week. So my grade's a little bit different this week, but that's okay. I had planned for that ahead of time. So when it came to my sick days, 30% sick days and 60% feeling sick days, again, this is just rating how I'm feeling for the day. 6 days out of the week, I was not feeling the best, whereas I had one day where I was feeling above 60%. And so that day I was able to do some things, which you saw last Sunday. And then resting without guilt, I would say I did a lot better. It was, I gave myself 3/4 of a check mark because I did a lot better than last week, but I still, there's just something about recovering and feeling like all the things you could be doing. But I didn't think about that as much as I did of just trying to let myself recover so that I could bounce back quicker. When it came to one business action a day, I gave myself a 1/4 mark here because I just wasn't able to focus on it as much this week. I knew that going on into the week, and it is what it is. Sleep, I got a full check mark. I have slept a lot to recover. And then when it came to breakfast and eating habits, I did better than I did the week previously. However, again, there was fasting 2 different days that I had to do for the different testing and procedures that I was having done. So I got a half. So overall, I'm happy to report that I got a C for the week. I mean, C is still passing, so I'm happy with that. It was been good to kind of go through this and just see, hey, how am I doing with my weeks? And that helps me with preparing for the week ahead. And then also feeling like I'm not a complete failure at everything, which I'm not. Again, emotions can change every 30 seconds, they say. So it's not something to rely on. Sometimes having the concrete fact and the grade is what helps us with making forward progress, so to speak. So that is week 2. If you are not following, be sure to follow and see how the journey goes over the next 12 weeks.